Народ, всем привет! Продолжаем проходить Fallout 4. Между сериями я себе достроил, точнее пристроечку такую к дому сделал в старом гараже. Вот такого плана. Вот тут пушки развесил. И винтовку свою убрал. Потому что также между серией я взял у Рони Шоу вот эту замечательную пушку. Так, броню. Престон, ты, блядь, как туда залез, а? Кюри я, кстати, тоже это убрал из напарников. Блядь, вот олень. Че, спускайся. Хуй ты там лазишь-то. Бля, умеют они на крышу залазить. Кюри я отпустил, взял с собой Престона. Так, ну что, погнали в институт, зайдем. Так, что у нас там по весу? По весу у нас нормально, боеприпасы есть, хавка есть. Все имеется. Ну что?
Shouldn't we test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the one frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, as soon as the Institute figures...
Uh-huh. Let's
Ну
do
что,
this.
давай тогда приступим.
Sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready.
Здесь махину мы построили, да?
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration.
Слушай, ну на самом деле очково.
Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Прикольно. Так. Угу. А что, извлечь я ее не могу, да? А, вот. Все, забрал. Hello.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
Broken.
I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Да, открой мне его.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
Да, ребят, копали вы знатно, 200 лет, конечно.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father! I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go away.
Sean.
Father,
I'm here now.
Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing.
Уёбок,
The
блядь.
child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype.
Ты даже здесь, блядь, опыты ставишь, да?
We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
I could kill you. Right here. Right now.
Yes. Yes, you could. And I would be powerless to stop you.
I want answers, asshole. Now.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
$60 So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Можешь застрелить из моего пистолета.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a response. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just Give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Why? Because of the reputation of the Institute. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Когда ты успел их, блядь, предупредить, а? Это значит твоя комната, блядь. Старый уёбок. Глобус я у тебя забираю, он тебе не нужен. Да, у них тут все чистенько-то прям. Хорошечно. Замечательно. Фу, блядь.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month.
Excuse me, Doctor.
I don't
They
know.
weren't kidding. They
Most
really
of them
are
have lasted
here.
long past
Well,
their
all right.
projected lifespans.
I'm Allie.
If you ask
Allie
me,
Fillmore.
they were
You can
built
think of
pretty
me
well.
as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equip... If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, Their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Не сможешь.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course. We're all looking forward to working with you.
Bye.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Так, что у нас здесь есть? Броня синтов. Комбез. Так, давай оружие сначала глянем. Эксперимент 18А, да? Плазменная пушка. Мне интересно. Но перед уничтожением института соберу. Нагрудник синт второго поколения, третьего. Ничего интересного. Так. Это мы ломануть не можем.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also,
Hey,
the
Doc.
last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. It's a real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
So basically, this place is a sham. Great.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, even the older tech has held up for decades. Some, even for It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Of course, that was before they blew up everything in the war. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you.
Надеюсь, нет.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
I hear we're about to get a
Так,
new food
ученый,
supplement.
ученый.
You're here. We're just a limb twitching, perhaps. But her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to
Нихуя себе.
If you're about to launch into one of your speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. I can write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course, it is far more comfortable to think of them as
А, нихера себе, ты нервную систему ему наращиваешь, да?
The work we do here, Dr. Binet. You know where to find the teleporter.
Now, just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Он как ой, как человек получается, да?
Distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
We're quite fortunate to have the synths to aid us.
Стимуляция мышц, что ли? Да, прикольно, у них вены, вся херня есть. Мышцы. Ну, он дышит уже. Потом поболтаем, подожди. А вон уже... Того почти доделали. Слушай, а трусы у тебя откуда взялись? Так, с кем мне тут поболтать надо?
The synths aren't just Father's legacy. They're his gift to humanity.
Doctor,
you've arrived at a momentous time.
Да, я вижу ваш исторический момент.
The culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
No robot is superior to me.
You might not think so now, but just wait. You've only seen a fraction of what our synths can do. Their potential is limitless. Like I said.
Чувак, они вас убить могут всех.
Mankind redefined. It's you. You're finally with us.
Я не
I'd
с
just
вами.
like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
Hi, Doc.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%. The synths are treating you well, I hope. We're quite fortunate.
Заебись, из-за этой машины квест какой-то проебался, разговор точнее. Так, ты кто? Ты просто ученый, да? Пошли дальше. Побродим по отделам. Надо квест этот выделить, чтобы видеть, с кем потрындеть надо. Так, где он? С этим и все. Так. Пошли сюда, сходим. Био какая-то, бионаука, что ли?
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274? Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is
синтетическая
showing promising
горилла.
results.
So I've had to put everything else to one side. I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. So good to have you here. Remarkable. Dr. Any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think? I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything more exciting than fake gorillas.
Speaking only for myself, I find them fascinating. Of course, I might be a little biased. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute. Our projects sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Так, следующий.
Good to see you.
Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought.
Опа, а что это вы заложили здесь все? Так, а Virgil в бионауке был? Нет, не в бионауке.
Security's too good.
Сука, вот он, в РЭ.
That's it.
Отлично. Сейчас сразу заберем его этот сыворотку или как она. Ох, ни хера себе здесь. Понятно, мне здесь не рады будут. Здесь мы залезть не можем, да? Что-то не нравится мне.
Sweet.
Угу. Блять, надо было с глушителем убить. Тут еще что-то. Фига, у вас незараженная хавка есть.
Perimeter movement detected. Possible stealth unit in the AO.
Серьезно, штурматрон?
Scanners clear.
Так, сейф.
Scanner.
Вот, блядь, штурматрон мне здесь нахер не нужен. Без него, блядь, не все гладко.
There we go.
Detecting sentient life. Alert level elevated. Standing down.
Блять, я очкую этого штурматрона.
Engaging.
Блядь. Чуть не обосрался. Я их боюсь, блядь, до ужаса, сука. Особенно на этой сложности. Конечно, падлы злые, как хер знает кто, блядь. Хорошо, что она долго заряжалась, эта падла. Так, все боеприпасы на него потратил, 2-миллиметровые. Что-то здесь сахарные эти бомбы хранил. Опа, патрончики немножко. Блин, прикольно, хавка есть нормальная. Где она? Ага, нормальная. Херас 2, один хер радиация. Наебал его.
Nice.
Ну, давай возьмем. Еще форму охотника. Охренеть, сколько у вас комплектов брони охотников. Целое поселение охотников смогу сделать. Весит только на дохера. Ебать, вы что, кошек травили, что ли? Понятно. Хорошо, Кости. Надо было сразу с дробашом зайти.
Got it.
Суки, кошаков, блядь, поубивали. Вот вы уроды, блядь. Я, конечно, не любитель кошаков, я их терпеть не могу, но, блядь, неправильно это.
Won't be able to pick this.
Ёбаный насос, блядь. Где еще одна падла? Кира, чего вы синтов-то перебили? Я теперь понять не могу. Они же ваши, институтские. Какого хера? Либо Virgil, когда сваливал, включил все системы безопасности и захерачил синтов. Ну да, это логично. Так. 2 сходства, да? Да, блять. Дверь открой. Сука, вы даже мутантов, блять, копируете. Так. Ох, ёпта, у тебя тут дохера объектов было.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
То есть, боюсь, институт все-таки не такой, блин, пушистый, как отец говорит, да? Так, ну здесь мы не выйдем, потому что у нас херня это не вкачана взлом терминалов. Поэтому пойдем назад. Падла злая, блин. Так.
Yes.
Из чего вы состоите? Так, все, больше воровать ничего нельзя. Блять, где выход отсюда? Так, и нам осталось, получается, 2 точки, да? Посмотреть с 2 людьми.
Scanning. Unknown identity.
True, food supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Блять, куда мне надо?
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
Отдел высших систем.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What?
Nothing. At
I
this
hope you
point,
and
she's
Father
just
try
doing
to
it for
make up
fun.
the time you've lost. Family is important.
Child synth prototype may truly be the key to our future.
Ебать вы уроды, блин. Так.
Well, that was productive. If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Doc.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I
Привет.
seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with. High energy weapons are sort of a hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
Даже не надейся. Так, это очень опасно. Блять, ты поднимешь там и туда все. Вы этим говном один хер пользоваться не умеете.
Safety first. Remember that.
Так.
Excuse me, doctor?
Ah, it's you.
You're
here then.
Я тебя помню.
Yes, yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that's insulting.
I'm sorry. Not my intention. There's just quite a bit going on right now, and your arrival has the potential to throw things off schedule. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
That seems kind of unnecessary.
I assure you, it's necessary. The relay is the only access to the surface that we possess. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Не отца, а сына.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
какая-то фаза 3, блядь. Так. Может нам прибухнуть, а? А у нас нечем прибухнуть, да? Ни водяры, ничего нету. Значит, надо что-то выкинуть. Нахуй вот это.
Child synth prototype may truly be the key to our future.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
А, что, даже эту штуку нельзя просунуть? Херота, блин. Так, пошли, нам еще один отдел остался. Я устал уже бегать здесь, блядь, по этому гребаному институту.
No visible reaction to the K-14 comp. You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
Hi. So Dr. Ayo
to
thinks
the
he can hide in
Institute,
his
sir.
office, does he?
Здорово, чмо, я такому, как ты, уже жопу
I
надерал.
intend to speak to father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours.
All systems nominal.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock
Good to
some
see
heads
you.
together.
Feels
What
like
now?
this
They're
project has
dragging
been
their
going
feet on the
for
targeting
months.
package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some
Report
courses
anything
with
suspicious to the SRB.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me,
I
Alana?
swear I spend half
methods
my
get
time
results,
smoothing the
and they
feathers
will
that
this time as
Justin
well.
ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
Это ваши, блядь, разборки, меня в них не втягивайте. Ни хера у вас тут рельефная карта. Прикольно. Это... Ну-ка. Что-нибудь знакомое-то есть хоть? Но вижу только крышку входа в убежище. 111 и все. Вот она. Вот. Это Diamond City был.
Constant vigilance is vital preventing synth escapes.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
If the synths want to be free, you should let them.
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, but I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have...
Sure.
Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Понятно.
Father's a great man. You must be very proud.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Ну, потому что это, наверное, не машина уже. Хер, если вы их сделали разумным, вон на Кюри посмотри. Хер скажет, что это машина. Так, гранату забираем.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Угу. Хорошо, да. Вы тоже не люди. Так, куски говна. Так, надо чем-нибудь намусорить здесь. Так. Во. Хотя пушечка автоматическая такая. Вот, смотрите, я вам принес нормальную пушку, а не вот эту хуйню, которая у вас тут лежит. Пойдем дальше, посмотрим, что там нам предложат. Че, Син, точкуешь, да? А сейчас? Так, нам куда надо-то?
Excuse me.
Так, зеленая сумка где, да?
It's an honor to have you here,
We've had another situation. A code red.
What? This is the third time in 2 weeks. This is unacceptable. How could this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. We're looking into it. Right away, sir.
Блядь, где вы все разговариваете?
Yes, sir.
We are honored to welcome you here.
Excuse me.
Pardon me, sir.
А, ты кусок говна болтал тут.
Now that you've had a chance to see
Ну чё, пахам, посидим, потрындим.
What do you think?
I've seen my share of think tank science labs.
Oh, I assure you, none of them were quite like this place. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes from occasional setbacks.
Синты размножаться-то умеют? Новое человечество.
Dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken... I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like...
It might not want to talk. It would be safer just to kill it.
That would be a terrible waste of a valuable resource. If at all possible, that synth should be returned alive. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Ну чё, давайте в следующей серии встретимся уже с охотником. Ну, на этом все. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел эту ужасно нудную серию. Увидимся в следующей. Не забывайте ставить лайки, дизлайки, писать комменты, подписываться и отписываться от канала. До новых встреч!